are clever builders. The six-sided cells of the honeycomb combine strength with economy of material. That's why Mr. Brewster, new Plymouth beekeeper, believes man can learn from bees. It's not just a bee in his bonnet, for when he wasn't with his bees, he built himself a house on the honeycomb pattern. Claiming he's taken the sting out of building, he's in clover when visitors want to know how. Using unconventional building methods calls for a lot of ingenuity, and Mr. Brewster's no drone when thinking up new ways to swing a door. Instead of wallpaper, paneling of different woods such as honeysuckle builds up and repeats the honeycomb pattern. Yes, even the switchboard. There's probably not another that shape in New Zealand. Some admiring friends completed the bedroom with this handmade patchwork quilt. As everywhere else, it shows the influence of the bee and the hexagonal. Well, almost everywhere. A grandfather clock adds something old to something new. Mrs. Brewster tells visitors what housekeeping is like in a house where a square is rare. Strangely enough, by using prefabricated parts, the house is cheaper to build than a conventional one. And in another that Mr. B is busily building, even the roof will be hexagonal. It's goodbye to a honey of a house at Sanders Avenue, West Town. The number of the house? 36B. There are 750,000 vehicles on the roads in New Zealand. You may drive because it's your business. You may drive because it's your pleasure. Or you may drive because, well, anyway, no matter why you drive, you use the road. You and 750,000 other drivers. The people who use the roads pay for them. The tax on every gallon of petrol that's bought is earmarked for the National Roads Board, the state organization that looks after our highways and byways. You pay the board, and with your money it builds you better roads. £55 million worth in the last 3 years. The cities are growing very fast, and that means traffic congestion is growing very bad. New motorways from the cities have to be built, and old ones wider. For example, Auckland's northern motorway is being extended to cope with Little Sydney's rush hour traffic. Getting from town to town can be a problem too, so from Dargaville to the Bluff, new roads are being built across the land. The Nelson to Picton Highway typifies roads that are planned to carry a heavy traffic flow. West of Nelson, another highway is going out towards Murchison. Years ago, backcountry roads were really bad. Though a number are still in poor condition, an enormous amount of work, like this job at Waihi, is being done to take the potholes out of Sunday driving. Waiaweka Gorge, Gisborne's main road west. Through this twisting country, construction of a new road has been going on for some time. In the not-too-distant future, Gisborne will be solidly linked with inland centres. In the gorge, the work of blasting and clearing again, is bringing a new road out towards Gisborne. But it's not only new highways that are being pushed along. Existing main roads all over the country are being widened and resurfaced. When operations are finished between Rotorua and Whakatane, the road will be 16 feet wider. Road widening means resealing, and that's something else the motorist can be thankful for. Dusty backblock roads may be picturesque, but they aren't comfortable to drive on. The East Coast route in the South Island was once a sore point with motorists. This year you can drive from Blenheim to the Bluff on sealed highways. No road can go very far without running into a river, or rather over a river. New bridges like this one in the King Country go up as the roads go down. In 8 months' time, the old Waterloo Bridge at Akatio will be replaced. Down south, one of the longest bridges being built will span the Wairau River, not far from Blenheim. Another job in the North Island is bridging the Mangaoni River. New bridges, new surfacing and new roads. Over the length and breadth of New Zealand, the construction gangs are at work. Communication and transport services have speeded up and things made easier for all of us who use the road. And now that's over, you two can stop it and go home.
Ruapehu, the white roof of the North Island, once revered by the Maoris as a god, became the playground of our pioneer skiers. This handful of hardy New Zealanders toiled up the slopes with only the promise of the downward run to ease their aching muscles. Skiing was for the fit, the energetic, the few. But we're moving with the times. The landscape's changing. We've mechanized the mountain and taken the drudgery out of climbing. And today, thousands of skiers come to Ruapehu to leave for a time the traffic and congestion of the city. To get away from the daily routine, the morning bus to catch, the parking space to find. Here they're free from the unexpected bumps and knocks of life in the town. They come to relax, leaving their chores behind them. Thousands of feet above the dull, grey day of winter, it's holiday weather, so everybody settles down to work. A few sit first and figure out how to start. Some take a little time to regain last year's form. Some go to school and learn the 3 R's: rhythm, relaxation, and recumbence. While others just like to make things difficult for themselves. In the quiet stillness of the valleys, skiers are taken by the scruff of the pants and wafted up into the sky. So different from the old days, when getting up the mountain took so much time. But in the past, you were so busy looking where you were going, you had little time to appreciate where you were going, and the view. Today, skiers travel by air, with a generous baggage allowance. The service is excellent. Chilled fruit juice follows an airborne breakfast. The lift takes skiers up to the top floor. Top floor, cosmetics, ladies' millinery, cafeteria. Here they prepare for the run down. Except those who tried it once and didn't like it, they remain seated and go sightseeing again. But the rest swing down the valleys, tasting the exhilaration of one of the most exciting sports in the world, on the long runs made accessible today by the lifts and tows. We've mechanized the mountain. Ruapehu lifts his old white head stoically to the sky as he reflects that his ancient stronghold has been turned upside down.